and we're going to segue right into the national championship predictions. And I'm going to do something different and actually start with mine because I've been asking you to give yours first all podcast. But on one side, I've got Clemson Ole Miss, the Heisman winner against the guy who thinks he's the best quarterback in the league. Clemson's going to win this game. Clemson is going to go on to the national title game for the second year in a row. Then on the other side, if we turn our attention, I've got Michigan, who to me is going to be the number one team when it's all said and done. The way my matchups have to go, Michigan number one playing the 4-2, and then you've got number 2 Clemson playing number 3 Ole Miss. Michigan's going to get the win over Houston. I mean, Tom Herman, a familiar foe, kind of, okay, I'm going to figure out how to beat Michigan, but he ain't going to be able to figure out Jim Harbaugh and his team. Harbaugh going to get the win, and then it's Dabo versus Harbaugh in the national championship. What do you got? I'm gonna wait for my winner. We'll give it our tease.
Of course, all about the teases here on the Primetime Podcast. So I've got Florida State taking on Michigan. Mm-hmm. I've got Clemson taking on Alabama.
So you have a rematch of the national title game.
Got a little rematch of the national title game from last year.
Who wins each game?
So
hit me.
Florida State beats Michigan. And I know, just a blow for you, isn't it? And then Clemson gets revenge, and they beat Bama. So then we've got Florida State and Clemson.
We're going to have an
little ACC matchup.
An ACC Atlantic national title game.
Yeah. Wow. Never been done before.
Wow. Well, looking at these college football playoffs, they're all about every year we get a first.
Yeah.
Every year, I mean, you can say, well, Ricky, we've only had 2 years. Duh, we're going to get first. We've gotten a first every year. Ohio State the first year. Then, I mean, I guess we could kind of count Alabama and their run as like a first with just basically with Derrick Henry, what we saw from that team. And who's winning that game? Clemson, Florida State. Because Florida State's your number one, right? So that means they would have had to win the battle in Tallahassee. Does Clemson win the rematch then? No.
They fall just short, and Florida State is your national trophy winner.
The national trophy. I'm going to go on, with mine.
And guys, guess what? I am probably completely inaccurate.
With mine, I don't know who the hell to pick. I would love
And who do you got?
Clemson, Michigan. I would love to say, well, fuck it, Deshaun Watson, Heisman, national trophy, boom, there you go. But then on the other side, I'm going, I fucking love Michigan. I love this team. I love Jim Harbaugh. I love
what
khakis. The Wolverines going. Yeah,
you
dude,
love
I always
khakis.
Gotta wear the khakis. Got to have the Sharpie pinned to your whistle. Got to have the blue Michigan hat. No, mine's a blue Illini hat because I'm an Illini fan. But I really don't know. And here's another thing that you got to think of. Who do I give the kiss of death to for college football? Do I give it to Clemson? Do I give it to Michigan? This is going to be a close game. It's going to be a great game. It's a game I would love to see. Well, duh. That's why I picked it for my national title. I got to go with Clemson. I got it. If you have the Heisman, you've got the best quarterback in the whole damn nation.
Well, there you go. Clemson fans, you're screwed now.
Yeah, Clemson.
Because Ricky just kissed you to die.
Clemson's screwed. Now Florida State's going to actually win the title because I gave Clemson the kiss of death. But I've got Clemson over Michigan. Anything that we need to hit before I wrap up shop today, Brandon?
No, I don't think so.
Anything we got to hit? Nothing at all.
Anything to hit? Well, I'll tell you what. We're certainly not going to be hitting any bitches like they played in the song last night as Aroldis Chapman left the Cub game. You know, that guy got fired, though.
No. Good song, but I wouldn't have played that.
That guy got fired.
Would not have played that in that
or
situation.
Girl. You know, I just assume guy, but it could have been a girl, too.
Yeah, I mean...
but I would think not.
That was
depending on the song choice.
That was the thing on ESPN radio when I was listening to it here in Chicago. They're like, well, they fired the guy or the girl. We don't know if it was a guy or a girl, but I would assume a girl would not play something like that and would at least have the smarts to say no.
I would also assume that the person who played it did realize they were going to get canned, played it anyways, and said, I'm done with the Cubs.
Oh, he was quitting. That was his I'm quitting statement. Or he's just so stupid to where he's like, this is going to be funny. That either one of those two things.
I hope they laugh
went
like
down. That. Well, the idiots that do stuff like that always A, talk like that, and B, laugh like that.
Of course.
It's just a known fact. But that's going to do it for the Primetime Podcast this week. Remember, if you're listening on blogtalkradio.com /most valuable podcaster /primetime podcast, you can go ahead, listen to our podcast there. If you're on SoundCloud, remember, we are moving officially completely over to blogtalkradio.com October 1st, so we'll no more SoundCloud after that. I want to thank you guys for listening to this podcast. Let us know down below in the comment section what you think. Who are you going to have in your national championship? Who's in your college football playoff? Who's your Heisman winner? Let us know down below. But as always, have a good day, everybody.
Thank you for listening to this MVP podcast. Follow us on Twitter @MostValuablePod for more great podcasts.